All right, we spoke about this zone on this particular one right here, and you can see yesterday there was an engulfing bar, a daily engulfing. So this is what is going to play as a guideline. But if you watched the previous video, obviously we're looking for opportunities to buy there, of course, opportunities to sell up there, and the sell opportunity presented itself nicely. Fortunately, pending orders do work if you have your entries on point. So I was basically tracking this engulfing, but I wasn't hoping for price to basically reach those areas. So my pending order was it somewhere up there around that point, somewhere there of this specific engulfing. But it wasn't a big thingy. It wasn't a big thing. Stop losses were just outside. I can't remember the exact points, but I missed out on this buy. Let me show you the buy. Remember what we our plan was? Our plan was to sell that area and buy somewhere around 90.5 90.50 if you remember from the previous video. But I didn't catch that one, the buy. I didn't catch it. But just to do a bit of a recap, let me show you what we're basically looking for. Okay, so remember we're looking at this on the previous video, the dynamic structure, and I said that these buyers were not super strong to push further because we had an opposing zone, like I said before. We had seller's zone, which is that gap zone that is created. Yeah, okay, that was the whole thing, and that was the reason why I wasn't interested in looking at this dynamic area of support, but rather the dynamic area of support on H4. You remember I highlighted this region to be a nice buy zone, and I got messages. Some people say price didn't reach those things, price blah 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 blah. No, guys, the thing is you have to wait. We do not drive price. I do not drive price. None of us who are watching this video right now drives price. Okay. So if you have a plan in place, wait for price to reach that particular area. Do not trade speculations. Do not trade noise. Most of you trade noise. Somebody will be telling you buy low, buy. Oh, buy high, buy. It's going up, it's going up. No, guys. Plan your things, wait for your plan to get paid for waiting. That's how it is. So the fear of missing out is one other thing that's killing a lot of people, right? I couldn't catch this. I didn't catch this particular guy, but I'll be looking for short term sort of fixed. These buyers might push, play out nicely. Want them to do that, possibly to some point up there. Okay, but I'm limited by the zone together with the engulfing, the daily engulfing that you are looking at here. Okay, I am limited by that. Of course, those who want to sell the engulfing, they're most likely to sell it just around that point up there. I know if you're reading a lot of books, they probably say sell here and all that chandies. I mean, uh, your win rate is gonna be super low if you do those things. If you're selling at the end of that candle, because most of the times these things they go in reverse, go up a little bit, do a bit of a correction before they play out nicely, and that's also good for risk to reward ratio. We look at that. I'm a sucker for that, right? So if a setup is not giving me a good risk to reward, I'm not gonna risk it and take that trade. I want something that's feasible from a risk to reward and ratio perspective. Okay, so I always want to risk small, like I showed you with the shandies. Notice how my entry was extremely high on this thing and my stop loss was just out there. Okay, and this smaller yana move there to this point gave me more than enough. Okay, because I knew this thing was approaching H4, I couldn't hold long. I knew it was getting inside this, so I couldn't hold long because I know that the buyers, H4 buyers that we're talking about in the previous video, were sitting up there. So you need to know when to scale out, when to do all those things. Of course, price went down a little bit and all that, but I got off somewhere. I think it was somewhere around this because I was also looking at the end of this pin bar to be some sort of support somewhere there. Okay, So price went down a little bit. So somewhere they are scaled out. But if you look at this from risk to reward ratio wise, this was one hell of a trade. So even if I don't catch anything going forward, it's still fine. Okay, I didn't get this one. That's why I'm not beating myself up. I didn't get that H4 buy. That's why I'm not beating myself up. So what should we look for next? Obviously, we do not have a dynamic area of resistance as yet on this particular pair, but I would like to see price maybe hesitating but playing back to the upside. Among traders are most likely to see some sort of a godly pattern there that they can use to sell. But yes, this sell should be a short-term sell. Of course, there's just a lot of things fundamentally that are now driving price. So what we want to see, it's just a short-term sell. Price will go up a little bit in somewhere around these regions, not necessarily on that zone, but somewhere around the regions. Would like to look for opportunities, just short opportunities to sell this particular instrument. I know a lot of people keep on saying, do not sell NASDAQ, do not sell NASDAQ. NASDAQ is buying, NASDAQ is buying. NASDAQ is buying on buying structures, on zones where buyers are. NASDAQ will sell on zones where sellers are. You just have to get in a, I mean, get your things together. I mean, get your things together. Put everything together in place. Nasdaq will buy on buy structures. Nasdaq will sell on sell structures. But wait for signals. Put your strategy together. Nasdaq doesn't always buy. Let me repeat. Nasdaq doesn't always buy. Nasdaq doesn't always buy. But look for areas where you are going to buy. Look for areas where you are going to sell. Okay, because I feel like that sort of thinking, thinking to say Nasdaq always buy, it's gonna buy. It's one other thing that is killing a lot of people out there because some punk ass nigga out there saying Nasdaq will buy, Nasdaq will always buy. No, look for areas where Nasdaq is gonna. This was not a buy. You can see this was not a buy this weekend, but I'm pretty much sure that a lot of people bought somewhere up there. Okay. And then we discussed this, guys. I mean, if you're watching this and you've been following me for some time, you should know that I wait for price to reach these particular regions where we can buy, regions where we can sell. We're not just going to sell, we're not just going to buy always. Okay. So make sure that you know where you are going to sell. So a little bit of a pullback, probably maybe. Let me see if I can delete. Let me see if I can get a clean template. So a little bit of a pullback. Maybe you're looking at this trend line that was broken and you're waiting for a retest. Okay, right? And the harmonic traders are probably looking at something of this nature. We don't know where. Maybe that something like this, maybe somewhere in space. Okay, maybe they're looking for that, targeting maybe 50% or 61.8 of this, which is technically the retest of that. Okay, so you can see there was structure that was taken out there, right, which is the same as this. So these are like daily lows from the previous days. Just check the previous 2 days, you will see that maybe these were like daily lows or something of that nature. So price is most likely to push higher. Of course, these were daily lows as well somewhere in space, but they are quite closer, so price is most likely to play around, break out of that, comes back up to this particular region, or at least do a little bit of a deep retest there before it gives us that short-term sell. That's actually what we are looking for, because we are driven by, or we are rather guided by the fact that we came from that particular gap zone, and yesterday's candle is a bearish engulfing candle, but we do not want to sell this bearish engulfing candle here at the end, because you will be selling low, because all this is what the bearish engulfing cost. So there's no way that we're gonna sell down around that area. A little bit of a pullback, maybe correction. It might not reach the 200 there. Yeah, somewhere there maybe. Yeah, just it might not get to 300, the 300 level. Maybe the 9233 somewhere there. If we can get there, then maybe we'll get some cool and short-term sell opportunities. Okay, so let me see if I can mark that particular region. Maybe you're looking at that region there. Okay, that's where we should at least look for those opportunities. of course, it's possible for price once more to come down a little bit, took out stop losses of those who bought early, and then starts doing that. So it will be giving like another sort of a singing later on, a pattern later on. It's possible. Should you see stop losses getting cleared there, remember where we are sitting. We are sitting on that H4 structure. So this H4 structure, this is pretty much where buyers are. Okay. So there's a potential of price coming back nicely to do some sort of a deep move and then continues back up. That will be good for us to buy. Since I missed a buy opportunity on this, I will be searching for that should price come down as I've shown. Okay, so should price come down to the same region down here, and I might again look for opportunities to buy. Of course, by opportunities, I need to go and consult all my strategies, see if I can find any entry of some sort. The thing is, I do not use one strategy. I have a set of strategies that I use on. So if you know somebody who's in the private classes, just ask them how many strategies do we have. We have a bunch of strategies that we have, but they work together to give us that one thing. So we know when to enter, when not to enter, whether a trade is good or whether a trade is not good at all. We do not trade just because we have to trade. Remember, not taking a trade is still a trading decision. Okay, it's either you buy, sell, or stay away. All of those are trading decisions. Okay, I hope this is helpful. Remember what I said, short-term sales should come from somewhere up here, and then buys, should we see a correction of that nature, we'll be looking for opportunities to buy low. That will might possibly be our daily low should price come down, of course, and then we're gonna look for that. Should it go up, we're gonna look for that. They're both short term. Okay, so we'll be tricking this to see what happens. Yeah, otherwise, sharp. Those who've been inquiring about the course, please, I'm not doing not checking any new members. Maybe I might do the course again in June. Maybe I cannot promise if I'm gonna do the 31 days classes again in June. I cannot promise. Okay, but just check around the 25th of May, somewhere there. Just check with me, then I will let you know. But I cannot promise anything for now if I'm gonna be doing those classes again in June. Okay, so please, do not ask a lot about those things. All right, later I might or I might not do the course at all. Okay, because I don't have to always do those things. All right, so yeah, that's the thing. Do not forget to like, subscribe, share this video, of course. Show others what you've discovered if you just recently discovered this channel. Yeah, subscribe and share. Dislike if you don't like me or you don't like the content that we're sharing, or maybe you wish I was selling this kind of information that I'm sharing on YouTube. Yeah, you can dislike. If you're a mentor or you feel like, nah, this guy's talking crap, dislike. But Oksala, you watched. Okay, that was weird. Okay, chap, I'm out.